That's right, he's over the hill now. We're getting nursing home brochures by the truckload. Hi friends, so we're in the car on our way to the airport. I'm being chauffeured by my favorite driver. And yeah, so this is the start of another cruise. It's been 3 months since I've been out on the ocean, so I'm looking forward to getting back out there and doing what I do and seeing what I see. But anyway, it's probably a little bit loud because, like I said, we're literally on the freeway. But it's gonna be fine. If you have clicked off the video already, then bye. And if you're still here, what's up? What's up, fam? Right? And now Carlos loves it when I call people fam. Anyway, yeah, so that's it. I will be on the MSC Divina for the next 12 days, and that'll be my longest cruise ever, so it's going to be kind of a big deal. And then after that, we're going to Disney for Carlos's 40th birthday. That's right, he's over the hill now. We're getting nursing home brochures by the truckload. But anyway, yeah, as far as the vlogs go, though, you've probably already seen the Disney vlogs, because I think I'm gonna post them backwards, just because I was just on the Divina. And so just to kind of like clarify why that is, I actually booked this cruise before any of my other Divina cruises, and then the one in May I was invited on by CME Traveling. Kurt and Marcia invited me on that one. My sister Maggie was supposed to go with me. Some stuff happened with her travel documents and she wasn't able to go on that one, so we rescheduled that one for July. So I went May, July, and now October. So that's what's up. But yeah, we're gonna get some food on the way, and then I'll be on my way into the airport. So yeah, we'll talk soon.
So we stopped for a quick bite to eat, and then we made our way to the airport. Carlos dropped me off. Getting through security this time of day was actually pretty easy. I normally go out a lot earlier than this, so it was far less chaotic than it normally is. And I made my way over to the gate, and before I knew it, I was boarding my first plane. It was one of those fancy 737 MAX 8 planes, and I had a snack, and of course I ordered a Jack and Coke. And this is just kind of a selfie I took. And as we arrived, I could see through my window the jet bridge being attached to the front of the plane. The first leg was a pretty short one. It was just to Dallas, and I stopped and had some lunch while I was there waiting for my connecting flight. I ate at a place in Love Field called First Quarter Bar and Grill, and it was pretty good. I ordered some fancy fries. And after I finished that, I made my way over to my gate, and yeah, before I knew it, I was on my second plane and heading to Orlando. And of course, the El Paso to Dallas to Orlando flight path is one that I've done several times before. So when I arrived in Orlando, I knew exactly what to do. I caught the shuttle over to the main terminal and made my way over to the Southwest baggage claim. And up until this point, there were no delays or anything crazy, and it had all run pretty smoothly so far.
All right, y'all, I am here. I just got to the main terminal. I'm gonna go down to the baggage claim, get my luggage, and then I'll be heading over to the hotel. So yeah, that is the main kind of lobby behind me. I've always wanted to stay in that hotel. Maybe I will one of these days. But yeah, we'll talk soon.
If you've never been to the supersized Orlando airport before, it may not be instinctively easy to find where the baggage claim is. Even if you follow the signs, there are multiple areas where the bags drop, so if you're flying in on Southwest, you go down to the baggage claim level on the A side. It didn't take long at all for my luggage to come out on the carousel, and then I made my way out to catch the airport shuttle. For most hotels in Orlando, they want you to call and arrange the pickup. They do go back and forth quite frequently, but they like to keep track of how many people they need to be picking up, and as nice as the airport shuttles are, and of course they're included with the hotel, I do find them overall, at least in Orlando, to be pretty slow.
All right, y'all, I am here, and I'm gonna call it a night. I'm staying at the Hampton Inn Orlando International Airport. There's actually more than one Hampton here in Orlando with shuttle service and everything from the airport. But I made it to the right place. My room opened. Since I'm a Hilton's Honors member, I was able to skip the check-in line and just go straight to my room with the digital key, and no problems at all. It took a while for the shuttle to get there. Guy was a little frazzled. He said today was a pretty crazy day. I'm assuming it's because multiple ships are going out tomorrow. When I checked in earlier on the app, I get to pick my room, and this was the only one left. So I'm assuming they're booked solid for the evening. So anyway, I'm gonna call it a night. This isn't the end of the video because we've still got embarkation and stuff tomorrow. And so yeah, I will see you in the morning. We'll talk soon.
Good morning, friends. It is embarkation day. I'm up. I'm not quite ready. I still have to put luggage tags on, fill out my health questionnaire, all that stuff, and then get to the airport to catch the shuttle. But first it's breakfast, and then I'll update you again once I'm getting ready to leave the hotel or whatever. But yeah, we'll talk soon. Pretty much right outside my room was the coffee bar, and right behind that was the breakfast area, which was overall a pretty good size. One thing I like about staying at Hampton and hotels similar to that is that breakfast is included. It isn't always the best breakfast, but it definitely helps to start the day off with a decent continental. All right, so I'm back from breakfast. It was pretty good. One thing that I noticed is that while it was the pretty standard fare, they had biscuits and gravy, and having that gravy is a good thing, because going back to my military days, one thing that you can do if the food is kind of meh and mediocre is you can just smother the whole plate in gravy, and that usually makes it a lot more edible. Also, the biscuits were pretty fluffy and not too dry. For my European friends here in America, we refer to biscuits as what you would call scones, I believe. Anyway, it's like a salty like dinner roll that's very floury and starchy, and it's not what we would call cookies or any sort of sweet pastry. So if you're thinking biscuits and gravy, why would you pour gravy all over, a sweet pastry? That's not what that is. But anyway, the point of this installment is that it's time for a coffee review. So yeah, if you've been following me for a while, you might know that on my very first cruise vlog video, I did a coffee review just kind of randomly, not officially, and that's something that I've done pretty much every vlog series since. I'm not much of a coffee drinker. I've mentioned this before, although I have been drinking a lot more coffee in the last year or so in general, but I'm actually sensitive to caffeine, so I have to be a little bit careful with that. But anyway, this is a light roast from Hampton. What is it? Where am I at? Hampton Inn, Orlando International Airport. I've never stayed here before. I've stayed at the other Hampton, which is actually pretty much right across the street from here. So kind of weird that they have two that close together. But one thing that I noticed right away about this hotel is they had multiple roast options, which is good, but they didn't have creamer options. So they only had half and half. And I was kind of like, what? I do think there was a non-dairy option, but again, it was just a little, cups of cream. There was no hazelnut, there was no pumpkin spice, there was no French vanilla, none of that stuff. So I did have to put sugar this time, which I never do. So I did 2 packets of sugar and 2 little cups of the creamer, and that should equate more or less to the sweetness that I like. But here goes. Well, it's nice and hot, first of all. It isn't great. I'm gonna have to ponder this a little bit. I'll put a score on the screen for you all, but this is definitely not the best hotel coffee that I've had. And Hampton usually does better than this, so I'm a little surprised. I did just eat and stuff, so I'm gonna sip this coffee a little bit longer. If my opinion changes drastically, I will chime back in and update the score. But anyway, we'll talk soon. All right, y'all. I am about to get into the shuttle and head to the airport to catch the GoPort shuttle to the cruise ship. I should be there based on the time that it is right now. It's just before 10. I should be to the ship about, I would say, like 11:30-ish, depending. And yeah, that means I should be on board just after noon. I think it'll be the earliest I've ever been on an MSC ship before, so that should be different and cool. But yeah, I will keep you updated. Like I said, I'm about to get into the shuttle. There it is right there. My suitcase is already in there, and the driver just went in to use the restroom and whatever, and then we're gonna load up and go. So yeah, we'll talk soon. Soon after that, the shuttle left and took us to the airport where I caught the GoPort shuttle. This was one of the times that I used GoPort before they lost my luggage, and I actually have a pretty significant update on that coming soon if you've been following that development. If this is your first time hearing about this, basically the GoPort Orlando shuttle service lost my luggage on the way to board the MSC Meraviglia about a month after this sailing, and they really weren't the best at how they handled it. But anyway, soon I was on the GoPort shuttle and I was making my way over to Port Canaveral, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away depending on traffic. And before I knew it, the cruise ships were coming into view and I could see Divina. At this point, I had sailed on the MSC Divina for 8 days already, so I was very familiar with that ship and I'm a huge fan of her big square booty. And then I made my way up the escalator and into the terminal. Of course, you're not allowed to record inside, so I went through the embarkation process and all that, and soon I was making my way up the gangway. I actually had a pretty nice view through the gangway of the side of the ship, so I got some footage of that before setting foot on Divina for the third time in only a few short months. And I grabbed my first of many drinks. This was my first sailing as a silver member of the Voyagers Club, and so I got a different color card and everything this time, which is always a cool feeling.
Hi friends, so this is the 4th time I've attempted to record this. It's just really windy out here. I'm trying to avoid recording it in my stateroom because I feel like that's boring and it's more fun to like see like, you know, actual ship in the background and maybe water and things, but there's some music over here, so hopefully that's not a problem. Embarkation took me 18 minutes. I got on the escalator to go up into the terminal at 11:29 and I got on the ship at 11:47, so yeah, that might be the fastest embarkation I've ever had. Very smooth, very seamless. I almost thought I was forgetting steps because all of a sudden I was like getting my cruise card and getting onto the ship and I was like, wait, we missed stuff, but we didn't. Anyway, oh, and I'm also solo on this cruise. It's just me. Unfortunately, none of my friends could spare the 13, 14 days it would take for a trip like this. But yeah, I want to thank you all for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.